Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. This is a micro session because it's only 5 minutes long, where a regular Reiki session with me, it is an hour. So this is just enough to give you a little tiny taste of Reiki to see if it's something that you might be interested in getting more of for yourself. For those of you who are wondering what Reiki is, it's actually a Japanese word that means universal life force energy. And so when you're having a Reiki session, or in this case, a Reiki micro session, universal life force energy is being channeled into your aura and into your body by your Reiki practitioner, or in this case, Reiki master. And that Reiki energy is going in and dissolving anything that is keeping you from reaching your goals. Most people that do know of Reiki recognize it for its power when you're trying to get a physical healing. Other people know that it is also good for emotional and mental healing as well. It's great to alleviate anxiety. And on top of that, it's good for healing in relationships and for financial healing. So, for the Reiki that I'm sending out to you guys here today, I am setting the intention for financial increase and also for whatever else might be for your highest and best interest for each of you as an individual today. Okay, so we'll do 5 minutes of Reiki. After that, we're going to do 5 minutes of questions. The last thing you need to know about Reiki before we get started is because it is energy, that means that it's not limited by time and it's not limited by space. That's why you can watch this video after the Reiki has already been performed and I'm no longer live and still get just as much benefit from it. And that's also why I can send you Reiki from right here where I am in the middle of the US to wherever you happen to be in the world, and you can receive great benefit from it. So, having said all of that, let's go ahead and get this Reiki started. So, we're starting Reiki at 23 after the hour. That means we will finish it up at 28 after the hour this time around. Welcome to whoever that is that hasn't said hello. I'm glad that you're here today. Usually there's a few more in the room by now, but I don't know, maybe notifications aren't going out as quickly as usual. If you have questions about Reiki, this is definitely the time to ask those. I'm perfectly happy to answer them while we're actually doing the Reiki right now. Four more minutes left of the Reiki. Happy Saturday to everybody watching out there, both now and later on after this video is published. Someone, whether it's somebody watching now or somebody watching later, is pulling a lot of Reiki energy from the base chakra all the way down through the feet. Our company must be home. The dog is barking to greet them. Anyway, base chakra has to do with things that make us feel secure: relationships, financial things, jobs, homes, those types of things. And then when we're looking down at the rest of the body, where the rest of the energy is going besides the base chakra, we're seeing a lot of energy going into the thighs, which have to do with supporting those things that we use to bring in things that make us feel secure. And then also the knees. And the knees have to do with going with the flow. So knees are really important. They represent a really important thing right now as we've got this whole COVID thing going on around the world. You know, with our jobs, we are having to go with the flow. With how we prepare our meals, we're having to go with the flow. So there's a lot that has to do with that. Ankles also have to do with going with the flow. They're closer related to the feet, though. And feet have to do with finding our direction, finding our purpose. And I think there's some of us that are thrown off with all of this. What is our direction? What is our purpose? Maybe what we thought was our direction and was our purpose has been readjusted since COVID came in. Maybe we're realizing I could be working on something that's more important or more beneficial, at least in these days. And so we've got energy going into the feet, having to do with finding that new purpose, and also into the ankles, which means being flexible, looking for that new purpose on the journey. So a lot of different things being impacted for somebody watching this video, either now or later. Yeah, toothpaste, or I mean, lipstick on the teeth, never a pretty thing. Sorry about that, guys. So we have 2 more minutes of Reiki. I can't believe how quiet the room is. This is almost an empty auditorium. Not quite, but almost. Like I said, if you have questions about Reiki, this is the best time to ask those questions. 1 more minute left of Reiki. All right, so that's 5 minutes of Reiki. Let's wrap that up. Whoever's here in the room, if you have a question for me to look at, I do psychically read the tarot cards, and I would be happy to answer a question for you. I am going to set the timer in case more people come in, because once these notifications actually make it out, people might show up. I know I haven't been notified yet that this video is live. And then we may have more questions. We'll see. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for a question, let's not waste some of our precious time, shall we? Let's take a peek at something. Best advice for those who watch this video to use over the next 24 hours. Let's look at that. Best advice over the next 24 hours for those who view this video. Yeah, still no notification. This video might be over before a notification goes out from YouTube. All right, best advice. Best advice. I think we're going to look at this best advice and then we're going to go ahead and expand it. So whoever is watching this video, it looks like you have been through something and you're feeling really defeated about something that you had hoped would be great and would be wonderful. And basically you had hoped would be a dream come true, not only for yourself, but also for somebody else. And so you're feeling really defeated about that. The advice that Sacred Spirit is giving you is keep the hope. We've got the Star card. Keep the hope. Now, the Star card not only says keep the hope, but it also says, tune into that inner guidance. Tune into that childlike part of your personality that is full of wonder and joy and experience and, exploration, curiosity. So this is saying, be hopeful that there are better things to come, that whatever this was that made you feel defeated, that's not the end of the world. There are other things, there were things to learn from that and carry those forward so the next things can be better. And then the last card of advice here is the 7 of Air in reverse, which just means you really want to focus. And what do you want to focus on? Well, let's find out what you want to focus on. I think we're going to expand this a little bit and look at what it is that you want to focus on. What is best advice? What do you want the viewers to focus on moving forward to help them to get past this sense of defeat? Oh, ho, 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 yeah. All right, so we've got the Queen of Fire showing up. Queen of Fire just means you want to focus on being self reliant, creating your own thing, doing your own thing, finding your own happiness, opening up to your own creativity, being optimistic, and being outgoing with people. So that's a lot of things. But focusing on that brings in this messenger of earth, this page of earth, which just says this is good news about money or material goods, good news about abundance. Okay. So you just really, this is saying you want to focus on yourself. You want to focus on unleashing your own creativity, your own positivity. And, don't forget to be around people. Don't draw up into a cocoon because of this defeat. Let yourself be around people, even if it's just on Zoom. you know, you don't want to isolate, basically, is what Spirit is saying. Yeah, so you want to focus on being you and putting you out to the world in whatever way that you can. That also brings in a message about abundance. And then you also have this messenger of fire showing up in reverse. So the messenger of fire in reverse is telling me that this actually, you focusing on you and doing your own thing, is actually going to end up making somebody feel insecure or like they made a mistake to pass you by. Okay. It's going to make them feel like, oh, wow, I really misjudged this person because they've got it going on. And here I passed them by. And so I think that's not something that we necessarily go for, but I do feel like it's a side effect of this whole idea of just focusing on you and expressing you out to the world. Okay. Being the best you that you can possibly be. So when you're focused on that, what can't you focus on? Well, you certainly can't focus on the defeat of the past. You can't focus on this person who's jealous or insecure or who has regrets. Mm-mm. They're out. They're not somebody you can focus on. You can focus on your hopes, your aspirations, your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you're tapping into when you're talking to that little one, that intuition of yours. And the trick here is to stay focused. Stay focused on that good stuff. Stay focused on you and expressing you out to the world. That's the trick here. That might take a little bit of practice. With that spirit advice, or whoever it is that is watching this video today, nobody came in for questions. Of course, nobody got any notifications. I didn't even get a notification in my email that this video is going, so my apologies to those of you who would have been here. I'm not sure what's happening with YouTube. Maybe they're a little bit overloaded. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you will later on. Thank you to the person who is here, and thank you to all of you for all the thumbs ups and for the shares. Thank you for those of you who normally come in here and do super chat, and thank you to those of you who order private readings and private Reiki sessions from me. It is because of all of you that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. Everybody have a fantastic day, and if I don't see you here for a private reading or a private Reiki session next, then I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.